All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to our weekly sync. Today is July 24th. This is Editor Extensions. We're going to jump right into it. So, Tomas, you're up first. It's read only, but you can say it.
Okay, I'm gonna be off. You won't see me here. I work Monday next week and then Monday, Tuesday, the week after. Um,
All right.
if you need anything, talk to me before that.
No worries. No worries. All right. I'm going to jump right into a few things. The first thing that I want to do is just talk about our journey and how super proud I am of this team. I am extremely proud of how far we've gone over the last year. And what I want to do is, most of you have seen this already, but I want to go through what we are as a team right now. So I'm going to share my screen and go through this doc here that you see. So give me a second. Can everyone see my screen? All right, cool. So the first thing that I want to do today is just go through our journey um, and to really highlight why I'm so proud of us as a team. So let's go to this here. And just go through it really quickly. So who's working on what? When I did this exercise, I realized that we have been through quite the journey as a team and we've transformed. We've gone from editor extensions to really transforming into an integrations, protocols, and an innovation team. And so what I want to do is just walk through what I've been sharing with leadership so that you know what I'm sharing, but also have a sense of pride in what has been accomplished and where we're going. So as you all know, our team, we develop and maintain 5 editor extensions, along with the language server protocol. Model text protocol is coming. We participate in multiple sub-teams to support integrations. We are actively contributing to innovation. Shout out to Knowledge Graph team. And we're building solutions in pretty much all of the languages that we can, from TypeScript to Kotlin to C Sharp, Lua, Ruby, and now Rust. So I just want to give you all a map of what we're working on. And I want you to have a moment to be super proud of yourselves. There's not one person on this team that does one thing. Most of you are supporting multiple editor extensions, are either maintaining the language server protocol or ramping up to, participating in sub-teams, and spearheading innovation. Now, where are we? It's time that we actually put this somewhere. So we're going to do some updates to the handbook, but this is our coverage. Again, over the last year, our team has grown from 7 ICs to 17 ICs, but we've taken this in stride and we've done a great deal of work for GitLab, but also we've done a great deal at learning to collaborate with each other, to have short toes, and to get work done and delivered. In terms of impacts, first, let's start with last year, Duo acceleration. As you all remember, we were charged with accelerating Duo in all, well, not all, some of our extensions, and I took the lead for JetBrains. Erin was our DRI for helping us lead and maintain parity for JetBrains, along with John supporting, Jean-Gabriel stepping up, although he was new to the team, Bogdan stepping up, even though he was supposed to be on Visual Studio, he stepped in and helped us pretty much rewrite JetBrains. In addition to Laura, who took care of OAuth, we completed our mission 2 milestones ahead of schedule. And because we were able to do that, we began to make investments into architectural unlocks and doubling down on innovation. We did that because Sabrina asked us at the summit to assign 40% of our capacity to innovation and to architectural unlocks so that we could expedite what we could deliver for product. Shout out to Dasha. But we went further. We focused on specific things. For instance, John led web views. That was intentional. We were trying to figure out where we were on all of our 5 pillars and what we could accomplish. So we focused on maintainability, observability, and extensibility. With observability, as everyone on this team knows, being spearheaded by Lena prior and others supporting that effort. The extensibility is tougher to explain, but we were able to find better ways to help with integrations for other teams. But in short, we definitely got the job done. It opened the door to additional architectural unlocks. We decided that we would invest into building a brand new extension, Eclipse, and we brought the rest of the team back under one leader. Once that happened, we were able to accomplish even more. With more coverage, we were able to really leverage the things that we did within the language server and build things a lot faster. For instance, Visual Studio, out of the box, was integrated with the language server, which allowed us to integrate code suggestions and different things faster. But we've also been key in subteams, from context open tabs to chat with your code base, to the agentic chat team, shout out to Elwin and Lena, to the knowledge graph, Bogdan, Jean-Gabriel, and DRI, Angelo, code chat arena, John, Gittalis, Angelo, and the first example of how an agent can work, Angelo. I just want to say I'm super proud of all of you guys. And it's been an honor to be leading this team. I've also added the work that we've done. I want you all to take a peek of it. I'm sure I've forgotten a bunch of things. Add those here. Add them underneath whatever you think they fall under so that we can get more of an understanding of what we do. We've outgrown our name. Editor extensions is, and I'll stop sharing, is an integration. And I would say that we are integrations, we are protocols, and we are innovation. We've transformed into that. And although I don't know what the future holds, I want you all to be super proud of the progression that we've made as a team. So round of applause for all of you. I'm super happy at all of the things that we've been able to accomplish. And I'll continue to support you in every way that I can. All right, so next thing. most of you have seen this. It's called Harnessing AI Roundtable. It is live on LinkedIn. We recorded this about last year. And I was asked to watch it again. And I realized that a lot of what's been said here is now coming true. So if you've never watched it, take a peek. It actually does, in many ways, align where we're going and what we're doing. Next announcement, we have a brand new EM that I am extremely excited about. He's joined us, I think, last Monday. He's going through the onboarding process, and I will invite him to the next editor extension sync for EMEA. He is based in Berlin. Reporting lines have not been decided by leadership yet, but those are coming soon. And we're going to do everything that we can to mitigate and minimize disruption. The next thing is new processes under construction for our reorg. After we were shifted to join AI engineering, we temporarily suspended our former planning and team processes. But in the coming weeks, starting in 18.4, we will identify ways to reactivate some of these processes, including release officer rotations, weekly async status updates, going back to our say-do with deliverables. Our team is greater than 90% on that, while leadership establishes a standardized planning framework, which Bill mentioned during one of his bits. We do have a board that encompasses everything that we're working on, all 90 ICs. What I will do is I'll begin to examine some of these bits, and we will create and continue to create issues that frame the parts that matter to us and the things that we'll be focusing on. So like I asked you when I first joined, to give new processes the good old college try. I want you to give me a couple of weeks to figure out how to work in this new environment. In about 2 weeks, the updates to the handbooks will be made, and I will try to institute some sort of structure so that we can find our way and stay focused and clear on what our now, next, and North Star are. I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I want to just reiterate how proud I am of you all as a team. And it has been an absolute honor to lead this team. I'm going to pass the baton to Dasha and mute.
Right. Shifting gears here a little bit. Thank you for that, Maverick. Back to kind of day-to-day things. So, in spirit of continuing a lot of the work, so we do have a current custom, I don't call them customer escalations. I feel like we constantly say an escalation, but more of like a problem for us to solve. So we have a recent customer who is self-hosting their own models, and they are very much running into the streaming issue that we experience. Thomas has all the knowledge on this as far as how streaming, we're not able to support streaming as it was due to underlying VS Code changes. So the question that I have, and we don't have to answer it now, I'll turn this into an issue, is for us to explore what would it look like if we were to actually support streaming in a way that mimicked previous streaming. Thomas has already laid out a lot of groundwork for what it would look like. My answer so far to the customer has been like, hey, this is something that was changed underneath us. Like there are alternatives that we're looking into, especially with Duo Agent platform, and you can generate code fairly easily through Duo Chat, Quick Chat. They're having a lot of other issues, to be completely transparent, just due to their connection and the fact that they're self-hosting a lot of their infrastructure. So, Mav, this is putting it on your radar that if we can slot some time to look at and kind of have a good faith effort into like we looked at these alternatives, this is how much they would take. That'll give us some idea of like, is this worth pursuing? We can use a lot of the work that Thomas has already done, but I think what the customer is wanting us to be like, can you please look into it and give us some more of a definitive versus like, hey, like you looked into it, which I think sometimes is the perception. So a little bit more exploratory. And if somebody else wants to take a look at it outside of Thomas, since he'll be out, that'll be great. But just know I'll be creating an issue and Mav, you'll be tagged first.
All right, that sounds great.
That,
We'll tag the issue and sorry, Thomas, go ahead. Sorry, Ben.
no, all good. I was just gonna say there are two, just to clear for everyone and for myself as included, what the issue is about. So there are two issues with streaming. One is that streaming in WebID doesn't work. That's a quite complicated issue. Like chat responses in WebID are pulled because of a just missing whole framework for making that work. And then there is the code suggestion streaming. I guess that's what we are talking about. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, okay. Cool. If I'll have a look at the issue, and if anyone wants to chat about it, I'm happy to do so.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think this is more of a, hey, can we show that we have thought this through and like the options outlined? They've already looked at the issue. I think it's more of like a dedicated, can you look at it for us? Not the fact that like we're different, but more of like, can you please do this for us and have a good faith effort? All right. Aaron, over to you.
Thank you. Yeah, so for myself, there's another recent customer escalation as so there's a trial that was going, and there's a quite a large Q2 deal that was coming up, and the trial was going unsuccessfully due to being self-managed with some pretty severe network restrictions. So myself and others jumped on, and lots of the team members here and Tristan and APAC were able to jump on. So thanks everybody for getting involved there and quickly unblocking that customer. For code suggestions, it seemed everything ended up being configuration issues. And for Duo Chat, there were some true positive bugs that we found where because they were on quite an old version of self-managed, the our like the current GitLab hosted gateway was we broke some APIs that they were using. So the team managed to go ahead and resolve that. So yeah, all good. Thank you everybody for jumping in and supporting.
And we don't want to mention the customer because we're recording, but Aaron, solid leadership. Solid leadership on this. Tristan, Tomas, John, Enrique, who's not here, but thank you all for swarming and staying focused and supporting the regional DRIs. Aaron was a regional DRI for EMEA. So again, thank you. And I think that there's a thank you in one of the channels as well from the overall team. So solid effort. Andre.
Yeah, thanks, Maverick. So just a heads up, I am currently investigating the state of the automation of the release processes across of all the extensions and actually beyond that, the projects that we have. So to bring them to more or less the same standard level that we already have in Language Server and Visual Studio Code. There is an Epic link, and I might reach out to some of you for some more details or would ask you to provide some data or maybe create some issues.
Thank you for adding that, Andre. I just want to reiterate to the team that we are moving really, really rapidly. And this effort that will be led by Andre is super, super important. So please, when he reaches out, if he asks for pairing, if he asks for support, if he needs professional hugs, please give it to him so that we can move this forward. And thank you for leading this, Andre. Okay. Next up, John.
Thanks.
All right, so I'm coming back to web views, everybody, for right now. And so I know a lot of people worked on web views, and there's a lot of pain points, and there's a lot of like, hey, it's not as fun to write these as we would want them to be. And we want to make web views as easy as possible, like traditional web applications simplicity. Even going so far as someone could go, hey, I love hot reloading. Why can't I just get hot reloading here? Those kind of things. So I've got an epic open that kind of creates this unified web view. That was what we built. I built that this epic about 4 months ago. And I'm coming around to that because I'm planning on building an MCP debug view. And this is a good opportunity for me to jump back in. But I'd love to get feedback from people around pain points that they have with the current experience. And feel free to create issues, tag me in them. Feel free to comment on this particular epic with, hey, I'd love to solve X, and we'll see what we can do there. I created an issue this morning that was around essentially simulating a client, simulating like a VS Code or a JetBrains or NeoVim client connecting to the language server so that we can essentially go, hey, I want to build a web view. Why can't I automatically start at the language server with auth already set up? Why can't I start it up with already having, uh, um, just things like, oh, can I change the port of what my HTTP is being served from? Like all those things should be configurable. So we just need to kind of that would solve a lot of people's just headaches of going, I'm just trying to change the style of a button. Why is this taking 20 minutes to do that? So, yep, just uh, let me help me help you write web views.
I like that. I like that. Help me help you. Jerry Maguire. I like that. Help me help you. Got it. All right. It looks like we don't have a lot of time left, but the next time we meet, we should definitely get back to our popcorning so that we can have some time to hang out and ask each other some questions and get to know each other a little bit better. But again, super proud of you all. Any last things that anyone wants to address?
In September, I'm gonna create a team building day issue for September. I'm thinking Amsterdam for the EMEA folks.
Nice.
So I reached out to Thomas earlier, and I'm not sure Thomas would attend. So, but it's all good. The rest of the EMEA folks, I think AI engineering in general, it'd be good to see who can get involved.
Makes sense. I hear there's some grumblings for Paris, but Amsterdam sounds awesome as well. So, for sure. All right. Have a wonderful day, you all, and I'll see you all in the Slackies. 1 second. Do not leave. Give me 1 second.